and I'm a set designer for Shattering Conceptions. So for our pre-production and planning the shoot, we first surveyed the area, we surveyed the soundstage, how big it was, we got some blueprints and saw the size. From there we sort of planned where each sort of flat would go for the shoot. We also sort of designed different styles of the flats with different textures and colorings for the newspapers.
I'm Sienna and I'm a dancer.
I'm Sanaya and I'm also a dancer. The dance will communicate like stories through obviously the set being a metaphor for like telling past stories and overthinking with like the newspapers, and then me and Sienna as like the characters that we play. We are telling Ludgero stories of whether it's what goes on in his head or what's gone on in his past.
Yeah. It makes me feel really anxious. It makes me channel things I don't normally, like emotions that I don't normally use, like especially when me and Naya are like hugging. Yeah. It's proper, like it's really dramatic and it feels really real.
I'd agree, like the dance always makes me feel emotional, tear-jerking, like moments like the hug, like it's a very intimate choreography and it like taps into another level that's beyond just performing a piece.
With it being contemporary lyrical, it's all about using your emotions through your movements. So when like every move we've done has a significant meaning to it.
The whole main, key feature of contemporary as a style is storytelling.
We met him on one day after school. We met him, we introduced ourselves. He taught us like a short combo of movements, and then we repeated it, and then the next week we did the same, and then we did it in like solos, duos, to see how we could work with other people like on improvisation levels.
I guess he liked how we worked together.
Hi, I'm Imi and I'm a production assistant on Papers. As a production assistant, we complete tasks across all the departments. So if the production team need help putting up the flats, then we assist with that. If camera department needs us lying tape or finding sites for them to shoot, then we would also work with them on that. In order to make ourselves helpful, I think the biggest thing is if you see someone who looks like they need help, ask. Or if it looks like there's a job that could be done, going up to the director, for example Somi, and seeing if she needs anything. I think the biggest thing that we as a department struggled with was finding places for the cameras to go. So we needed the new one for a different interview, so that was the most difficult thing.
My name's Ruby and I'm the hair and makeup artist. For me, I think the makeup really ties into like kind of the fluidity of their movement with the kind of like ending kind of swirling of the body paint. And I think kind of the light and dark contrast of their skin tone and on the body paint really like kind of ties into that. When taking in like kind of the aspects of putting body paint on people, like especially with dancers, if they're on the floor, you need to make sure you don't use like cream-based body paint, because that can always like smudge if they're rolling about as they are now. Then I just use like a water base and then make sure that dries, and then after that I'll then set it with powder and setting spray so it like stays and it stays stuck.
Hi, I'm Karen Llewellyn. I'm head of set and props. The process honestly did not take that long. It was a lot of collaborative work with the choreographer of this piece. The hardest bit was sourcing all of the flats and A-frames so we could actually put them up. But again, we just like took a lot of free newspapers, and Somi designed us obviously like custom newspapers with prints that reflect the messages. So the layout changed like 17 times throughout this process, honestly. We're still changing it now. We just kept everything very movable. None of the flats are connected, they're all their own individual pieces. So as we film, we can move the set around as much as we want. So we had obviously the initial brief meeting with our client, and he showed us his ideas and sort of conceptions for the piece. And then we came back to him about a couple days later with our designs.
I'm Rio. So as a runner, I basically go around if anyone needs anything or any equipment that they need someone to get. That's basically our job. We do all that and we kind of help out with the talent with whatever needs and queries they have at the production. Most difficult thing is probably one of the clappers went missing. We had to try and look for that, and that was quite difficult. I got to try out the sound equipment, the drone, which now I've been given the privilege of using in the project. Yeah, we get to try out all these different equipment. It's amazing. So from the shoot, I've learned a lot more about professionalism and how to act in a professional environment. I've also learned just a lot about the process and how long and how much hard work goes into the process of like making a project like this.
I'm Owen Hockin and I was the head of lighting for Shattering Conceptions. The choice of lighting adds depth and tonality to this piece. Lighting brings a whole nother level to the production, making sure that the actors can stand out with depth and shadows contrasting them. The lighting rig took about 2 hours with a few technical difficulties along the way, but we resolved them and sorted it out as we went. Basically, my lighting desk is here, the thing there, the room's over there.
Yeah?
Cooked. I'll FaceTime someone who stands over there and then I'll
Ben Warner, key grip.
Ruben Kelly, camera operator.
The most interesting shot to film was the straight track behind me because it really shows off the set design and it's about 30 feet long.
The aspect of the cinematography that complemented the product nicely, I would say, was the camera movements that had a lot of energy in it. I think it was nice to have the track and the track movement, and as it adds a lot of energy to the scene. Yeah.
The hardest part about being a camera operator is making sure you get everything in frame.